Okay. This subject, integrating the ego and sexuality, is a broader one than the title suggests. It's funny about the microphone because I can hear it echoing a little bit in my ears. So, if you are a therapist, if you work with people, you must know that the human being, at least the cultured human being, has a split in his personality. The split may be minor, but it's there, or it may be quite extensive. And that split in the personality underlies all the emotional problems that all individuals have. See? So all of us have some degree of split, and all of us have emotional problems as a result of that split. The split now is really between man in his animal nature, because we are an animal, and man in his human nature as a self-conscious thinking person directing his life, etc. In that respect, we are different from the animals. The split also is reflected in the fact that at one time, you see, we are part of the natural process, and another time we observe it and control it through our actions, etc., so we separate from it. Well, since I recognize that the body is the person, we also find this split in the body. And in some cases it's quite a deep split in the body, as it is a deep split in the personality. Now, when the split is pretty severe in a personality, you get a schizophrenic development, because the mind is one place, the body is another. It's not connected to what's going on in the body. Schizophrenics will tell you either they don't feel anything in the body, or they find themselves outside their body, or what happens in their body is not them, but somebody else doing something to them, you know. Right? Since it's in the body, it has to be located somewhere. And the basic location of the split is right around the middle of the body, the waist, around the region of the diaphragm. Above the diaphragm, self-consciousness reigns supreme, because the light of consciousness shows or flows, shines on this upper part of the body, and you tend to feel what's going on here pretty much. Below the diaphragm, in the belly, in the deep pelvis, even in the legs, people are less aware of what feelings exist there, or of any feeling there. You see. Well, of course, the major feeling in the lower part of the body is sexuality. Now, if you're split off in some way or other, now when I say split off, I'm speaking in quantitative terms. No one is divided in half, you see. But to some degree or other, there is a lack of connection between these two halves of the body. The upper half representing consciousness, the ego, rational thinking, and the lower half, the bottom, the animal half, as you know, with excretion, just like any other animal, and sexuality like any other animal. Whereas up here, you see, we're different. No animal eats with knives and forks. That's obvious. See? They eat with their mouths. We eat differently, but we don't shit differently. And we don't have sex differently. And there the problem comes in. Now, why does this problem become a significant one in human beings? Because the split doesn't have to be a big split. In more primitive societies, it's very minor. And they connect very easily to the lower parts of their body. And they are unified in that. See? So their thinking, their feeling, their spirituality and the body are all one. They're not split in any way. Split develops as knowledge grows. The more you know, the more you tend to split off from your animal nature, because you trust the knowledge and your knowledge isn't the same as what happens on an animal nature level. On the animal level, the animal doesn't function with knowledge. It functions with feeling. And feelings have developed over thousands of millions of years, and they're pretty dependable. They're dependable except in a world where knowledge rules. Their feelings aren't enough. On the other hand, if you can't connect with feelings, if you can't integrate them into your thinking, you're a split person. In some way, you're schizzy. Now that split is reflected in the conflict between the ego and sexuality. And it stems from the fact that in cultures, the more developed they are, the more knowledge there is, the more power is the main determining factor in that culture, you see. The more sexuality is separated, because sexuality and the feelings of sexuality and the joy of sexuality depend upon the fact that you give up your self-consciousness and become purely, in the sexual act, an animal. But an animal is something to be respected. It's one of God's great creations, the animal. Okay. Our great creation is the computer. Okay. Now the sexuality is disturbed in all people because in this culture you have to be tamed and your sexuality controlled so that you are adapted to the dynamics of the culture. You see. In the 20th century, we're witnessing some very strange phenomena, and I'll come back to that. But there's certainly up to the beginning of the 20th century and even later, the problem of sexuality, as it was, you know about it in Victorian culture, is that had to be suppressed. It wasn't acceptable. You weren't free to live your sexual life, except within very narrow bounds. And those restrictions, cultural restrictions upon sexuality, had to do, on the one hand, with preserving the patriarchal family, that is, the father is the head of the family, and the women are submissive to the authority of the father. A double standard like we have with the body too. See? The masculine side of the personality, which is connected to the consciousness, which is a masculine, basically identified as a masculine phenomenon, or the ego, is superior, and this is the inferior part of the personality, of which one is ashamed, one has to control it, etc. Now, as power increases in a society, there is a struggle for power. I mean, you read the paper and you'll see that all the time, whether they fight in warfare for power or in a family for who's to be the boss and who's to lay down the rules, you see. As long as there's power, there's fighting. And competition for the power. All right. Now, if you know the story of Oedipus, which is fundamental to that story, to all human beings who are living in civilized society, you know that it tells about the triangle that existed between Oedipus, who killed his father and married his mother. That's the triangle. The relationship between the child, the mother, and the father. That's the basic Oedipal triangle. In the fact that the child, you see, wants to be sexually close to the parent of the opposite sex. Sexually close. Not genitally close, but in a feeling, intimate way. And this creates jealousy on the part of the parent of the same sex, so that the boy feels that his father stands in the way of his being able to have his mother, and the father feels that the mother is too attached to the boy, and the mother thinks that the father is insensitive to what's going on, and you have a whole triangle based upon sexuality, because you see, the Oedipal situation develops between the ages of 2.5, 3 to 6, when the child's sexuality is beginning to emerge in its primary state very strongly. Little children of 3 or 4 are very sexual, not genital, but sexual, very sexual, very aware, masculine, feminine, daddy, mommy, etc. And one will be close to the parent of the opposite sex. Well, I tell you, when a father and a daughter get too close and the mother is left out, she becomes a witch. She will destroy that child and if possible humiliate the man, the father. And if a father senses that the mother is too involved with the son and the son is too in with the mother, he will try to castrate the boy. Now, he doesn't do it consciously. We don't need to do things consciously. We're not even conscious of what we're doing. But the castration is to make the boy frightened of him. And he doesn't do it. The fact is he's angry and the boy's frightened of the man's anger and knows that it has to do with the relationship between him and his mother. And as a result, as Freud pointed out long ago, the problem is only solved when the boy cuts off his sexual feelings for the mother. But when you cut off sexual feelings for the mother, you also cut them off for all women to some degree. And when a girl inhibits her sexual feelings, the expression of her sexual feelings for a father, she can't express those feelings to any other man, because every man is a father in one, and analogous to a father, and for a boy, every woman is his mother too. It's the nature of the female or the male. So you've got these problems that develop in the child's development. Now the ego also develops, just as sexuality reaches its first flowering between the ages of 2.5 or 3 and 6, and then the latency period, the ego also is forming during this period. And by the age of 6, the ego is pretty much structured. Okay? And what it's structured in is how to deal with that triangular situation so as not to be destroyed. Okay? How to get some of your needs met in that situation. And that becomes the way people function in later life. Now, they may not know it. I only know it theoretically, but when I look at a person's body and see the distortions and the splits, which are the result of that, I know exactly what happened. Now, I would say that all emotional problems, in my opinion, are based upon what happens in the years from birth to 6. By 6, you're pretty much set in your way. You're already neurotic, or even worse, you may be even autistic, withdrawn, schizophrenic, etc., psychopathic, acting out. All of it by those conflicts around sexuality between the age of 2.5 to 6. Now, of course, what happens in the earlier periods is also important, but it is important in the way in which it influences what happens also during the Oedipal period. For example, a girl who is not nurtured by her mother on the oral level will turn to her father for nurturing, because nurturing is what every child needs. But when she turns to her father for nurturing, and at the same time has sexual feelings, for him, and interested sexually, there's a conflict between the oral aspect of her behavior and the genital aspect of her behavior. So orality and genitality gets mixed up, and genitalia is often transferred to oral functions, and oral functions are transferred to genital functions. For example, women will have sex with a man not because they're very much sexually excited, because they need to be held. And that's known. That's an oral need, not a genital need. And yet that's the basis for a lot of sexuality on women's parts. And men will have sex with women to prove their masculinity, prove their manhood, which is not what sex is about at all. You're supposed to come to sex being a man, see? And I'm not blaming, I'm only pointing out the problem, and this is universal. Okay. I think when you work with people, because I'm a therapist, you have to work on the two levels, analytically, verbally, so you can help the patient understand that their difficulties stem from what happened in this early period and are related to sexuality. And you have to work on a physical level to help release the constrictions, the chronic tensions that split the person, inhibit his full freedom of feeling, you see, and of course cut down on his sexual pleasure. Now there are a few people, very few people in this culture who know the full joy of sexuality. Another way in which you know the split is when you're sexually intimate with your partner. Most of us are up here watching what's happening down there, or conscious of what's happening down there. Few individuals can fully surrender to their sexuality. Just shut off the thinking or the observing. And that's not something you can learn to do with a conscious effort, because you can't cut off consciousness by being conscious. You can't stop thinking by thinking about stopping thinking. You can't surrender as long as you're trying. There's subtle things. There's a bodily phenomena. So I would like to say a few words now about how we work with it bioenergetically. When there's a split, the therapeutic task is to open it up, unify the personality, and unify it through the body, not through the head, because the head is already itself off. And you unify it through the body by allowing the excitation, the wave of feeling, to pass through the whole body from top to bottom, and it's unified. If it flows through freely, it's unified, because that's the natural way. That wave of excitation is tied into breathing. If you can breathe down to the soles of your feet, you're a unified person, not split in any way. Now when I say breathe down to there, the air doesn't go down there, but the wave of breathing in, breathing out, you feel that wave passing through your body from top to bottom. And it's a beautiful feeling, because you feel whole, as few of us do. So we do it through the breathing, and the breathing sets up a linear wave in the body, which you will see in the video that I'm going to present shortly after I finish talking. You will see that wave go through the body. You will see where it gets caught. You will see how we try to release the block and let it happen more and more, and what happens to the person. If you release the block and the wave flows through, actually as a wave, you see, the pelvis moves spontaneously. I talked about that in the other workshop. And there's such a feeling of freedom and joy that you know what life's about. What its meaning is, that's the meaning of life. See? But in the course of opening it up, that is, opening the body up so that the wave flows through, you have to release the tensions. But each tension in your body, I don't care where it is, contains in itself all the blocked feelings, the pain that you suffered as a little child when you were forced to give up your spontaneity and adapt to certain rules, regulations, shoulds and shouldn'ts. The sadness when the little child feels my father left me, rejected me. Or the little boy's feeling of pain, frustration, and anger when he's told that he's a bad boy because he has feelings for his mother. Or that he touches his genitals, or any of those things. Pain, fear of castration, fear of death. I mean, I've had many patients on the couch say to me, "But she'll kill me, she'll kill me." I mean, and feel it. And then the whole sense of the unreality of the situation to a child A child comes into the world expecting the parents to be loving, supporting, understanding. It is innocent. I can't stress that strong enough. It is innocent until we as parents put guilt upon that child. You know, they make too much noise, they don't listen, they want to be free, they want to touch themselves, they want to be sexually involved, they want to sit on their father's laps, be close to their mothers, all of that, but they are innocent. And we destroy that innocence and create the problems. So I don't want to tell you it's an easy task to integrate people when they're split. You never can restore the innocence again, so the integration is never 100%, but you then are more in touch all the way through yourself with who you are as a living creature, not just a thinking head. Right? And your sexuality begins to pay off in rewards of greater pleasure, more excitement, and joy. So what we're going to try to do now, and I'll do it with you, is to get into the lower part of your body in an easy way. And let me strip down, we'll just take off my shirt and I'll demonstrate the exercise. See, if you're going to stand up in front of your chair like this. Now I would advise you to take off your shoes. Just take them off, leave them so that you feel your feet are on the ground. Okay, just stand like that. Give a sigh, see? You got to keep breathing. And the first step in getting connected is just to bend your knees a little. Keep your feet parallel. They should be absolutely straight so the energy goes through, not that way, not turned out, etc. Keep them straight. And put your hands on your hips for a moment and bend your knees. Let your belly come out. So this is all one piece. That's good. Now reach back and touch the back of your chair with two hands. Just the back of the seat. I shouldn't have that chair. Just touch it so that you're balanced. See? I'll do it this way for you. Here's the back of the seat. See? Your knees are bent. And you're just touching lightly with your hands. See, that puts you in the right position. Now let me just go down, make sure. Now bend the knees. Now don't push yourself too far forward. Your heels should be slightly off the ground. That's the secret. The heels should be slightly off the ground. And now breathe. You're not going to get anywhere without breathing. I mean, dead men don't move. So come on. Give a breath. Give a breath. Now, just soften your knees a little more. Bend them a little. Hold it. Breathe. Don't lean back. Your weight is not on the chair, on the seat. The weight is only in the legs. You can almost let go. You're just using this for back. And now keep your knees bent a little more. Go on, go on. Let yourself down. Feel your feet. Then you'll not find your pelvis going, or your knees going, or your legs shaking, but you begin to feel it. See? Try to relax into it. Okay, relax into it. Feel your feet. It's your feet that count. Just hold it as long as you can. Now what we do with people is when they can't hold it, I see some pelvises are beginning to move in a nice way. Nice sigh. Okay. Now if you can feel your heels without touching the ground, that gets it going, see? Because that's part of your foot. Feel your heels. Push down on them, but don't touch the ground. And then you begin to feel it through here. Okay, we'll go back to it. Bend forward now in the same position and see if you can touch the ground with your fingertips. Just, I don't know if you can there, but it allows you, just see what you can do. Just bend your knees now. You should get those legs shaking a bit. I can see they're shaking right here. Just to feel it. Grounding, you feel your feet, and your legs are vibrating, and you feel your legs, and they're your basic support. Good. Well, the heels now are on the ground now. Yes, and you feel them against the ground, see? No, don't straighten them all the way, just enough so they vibrate. Vibration is what we're looking for. So you can see if you look over here, legs are vibrating a bit, and you feel them. Because if nothing moves, you don't feel anything. That's good. Just give a sigh. There's not enough breathing. God, make a sound. That's it. Okay, come on up again. Stand again like that. Just touch again behind you. Just keep the knees bent for the moment. See? Just relax. Let yourself breathe. Let yourself breathe, but balance yourself just with the hands. And your legs will begin to vibrate more. And if you want now, you can just lift your heels slightly, very slightly. And I can see it beginning to happen. Just let them vibrate. But don't put any weight on your hands. They're just balancing you. See, so all the weight is on your legs, and therefore you feel yourself in your legs. See? Lift your heels a little bit. Lean your whole body forward. Most people are leaning too far back. See as far forward as you can go, like that. See, so you're right over your legs. Now I say this is not an ideal place to do any exercise. We do the workshops and the teaching in small groups. This is like a political rally, not really a workshop. And so you can, because it's a very intimate kind of work, and you can connect with people, and there's room for people to do all the exercises, each individually or in the group. Okay, but see, there's still enough breathing. That's better. Come on. Now laugh a bit. Just go. And just do you feel it in your belly? Can you feel your belly shake? That's it. Well, laughing or crying, we'll do that, see? Let me say one more. All right, relax again. If you want to bend a little forward, you can just put your elbows on your knees. See? That way also you can just, but feel your legs. And let me say that for me personally, the meaning of life is in the passion. The stronger you feel the life in you, the more passionate a person you are in the sense of feeling strongly. Your love is passionate, your anger is passionate, and you have a passion for the truth and for liberty and for freedom. If you have those passions, your life will be rich and you'll be fulfilled, sexually and in every other way. That's it, give a sigh, and then we'll take a break for 10 minutes or so, and then we'll work with people up here. I think, do we have a number of people? A number of people have volunteered, and we've talked to them, so we'll start them and see how much we can get that pelvis moving. Okay, thanks. Are you ready, first gentleman? What's your name? Bernhard. All right, Bernhard. Now, we're going to look at your body, Bernhard, so you've got to take off some clothes. Let me get this mic in now. And we're going to see how well integrated the body is in terms of the connection to the ground. Now, nobody is perfect, you understand, not me or anyone else, so don't think that what we're doing is being critical of you. You've got to turn around a little this way so they see you, see, because, okay. Good. Now, if you look at Bernard, just look at the breathing, even as he stands. You can see when he breathes out, goes down. And it's very good, except it stops right here. Are you aware of that? Yeah. Now, you can't talk your way past that. You've got to open it up on a body level. How old are you, Bernard?
40 years.
Are you a therapist yourself? Yes. Good. Have you done any body work?
Yes.
Bioenergetics?
Yes.
Good for you. Has it helped you?
Very much. I work with you.
Oh, wait. I think we need, for him, or everybody else who's going to be on stage. Okay. Here, just hold that. So you can say that a bit.
I met you in 1990 in Munich, and since that time I regularly practicing bioenergetic exercises every morning, and it has really great impact on my whole personality, and I get more in touch with myself, and I feel more connected. I feel more at home in my body.
Yes.
But I still have a lot of problems.
There'll always be some problems. The thing is that you feel better, and the problems become less intense.
Right.
Do you work much with this?
Not so much.
Yeah. Well, you should do the general things like the kicking, the breathing, and then we can do some special exercises for this tension. Do you have some lower back trouble too?
In former time, I have a lot of back problems.
Yeah. So that's that same tension that runs around like this. Yeah.
But now it's better.
Yeah. Well, keep working with it. Let me start you with just a little breathing over the stool, and then we'll go deep. Come on, put this part of the back on it. Do you have a stool in you?
Yeah.
Oh, good. He says he has a stool at home, and he works with it. That's good. Now, what we need to do here is to bring your feet a little closer together. Closer. I'll guide you in this. Closer. A little more. All right, good. Push this down. Bring your knees together. Okay. See, that little bit starts a little vibration. There it goes. Yeah. Now, is it painful? Not so much, see? So, yeah, right. But that's around this split here, too. Push the teeth out a little bit. Now breathe. Good, that's it. Bring the feet back even a little more. It gives you a little more feeling of the feet closer. Knees a little more. Yeah, now. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Now press on the feet. Yeah, go ahead. So you get a feeling of it. Go ahead. Good. That's breathing. Good, just let yourself breathe. Painful? Where now, again? Yeah, well. Want to come up a moment? Okay. Easy. Just easy. Now see if you can let this drop a little now. That's it. Just feel the feet. See, if you can get the feeling into the feet, that means the energy goes through more. Good. Now for everyone, if you can cry, that opens it up more for you. Of course, to be cut off is something to cry about. All right, come on and bend forward, Bernard. Put your hands right here, so you can. Put the feet. Bring your feet a little closer. Now we've got some nice vibration here, and you can see the tension in the back corresponding to the tension in the front. So bring your feet a little closer together, gives you more feeling for them. Now that's the body doing it by itself, trying to loosen up, shake loose. Now, in Bernard's body structure, you sense a lot of holding in of feelings. See, held in. And I'll ask him a little about that when he gets up, in terms of his childhood. That's very good. When you do it at home, can you get those vibrations going?
But not so strong.
Okay. It's not so strong.
Not so strong.
Sure. Oh, come on up, we'll do a little more. Tell us a little, I was saying that bring your feet closer together. Just bend the knees a little, like that, loose. Yes, that's the way. That you have a tendency to hold in your feelings as you buy. What can you say, or what do you know about your childhood situation? Bring it up about here, yeah.
When I was a child of 7 years old, my father left the family, and my parents fought all the time. It was a terrible time. And after my father left the family, I get very close to my mother. I had to support her. I thought I had to support her. And I think there was much confusion about sexual issues with my mother.
Yes. Well, what the tension suggests is that you had to put a grip upon sexuality because you were too close to your mother, not free.
Yeah. And she was very Catholic and Polish.
Yeah.
And she never talked about sexuality.
Did she marry again?
No, never.
Oh, that's rough, because you became the focus of all her erotic and tender feelings.
That's right, yeah.
Have you done some kicking and things like that? All right, let me ask you just to try put this part right here where the tension is strongest on the stool. It'll open this a little more, yeah. And then we go into, right there.
Right there?
Yeah, right there, that's right. It's a little painful, isn't it? Oh, yeah, there. Okay. Now that does no harm because you're forced to breathe. Good. Bring your feet closer. Closer still. Don't keep
That was so hard.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right. You want to... Good. Yes, yes. Want to come up? All right, this is good. Okay, easy. Hold it. This is not a good floor to work with because the stool moves. We have rugs on all the floors we work with, so things are anchored. That was good. Painful, but good. Then forward again. Now, here, I'll let you take this whole adjective. Now, the idea of you saying, oh, I'm broken, do you have a sense that somehow you are broken there?
Yes. Now I feel the pain right here.
Yeah.
Cross.
No, the pain means that you're feeling the tension, that's all. Yeah. And you can see if you look at the body how it constricts here. And this is where he was broken. And broken means that the flow from the head to the bottom was blocked. That's all it means. But it splits the unity of the body and the unity of the personality. And that's the real break. Now what happens after you have been broken in this sense is you tighten up to hold together. But that's a neurotic way of holding together. And that creates its own problems. Since you're not a child, you can let go of that holding it together. And when you do it, it feels as if it's going to break again. But this time, it will break open. We can use that expression, and that's good. Okay. Now, I know that emotionally he'll be able to express himself now. I can sense that. Come on your back over here, Bernard, here. Put your head up here. And I'm going to let him try the arch. It's not going to be easy for him because of the heavy body. You know, to grab the ankles. Have you done this at home?
Not so.
Oh, see if you can just take a hold of the ankles and do that arch. We throw the head back, bring the knees forward. Going forward. Push. All right. Now hold on here first. Just hold on. Yeah, now bring the knees, put the head back more. Bring the knees together. Now these muscles are severely contracted, right? Painful? Painful, sure. But they're too, because of that heavy body. That's right. Now see if you can bring the knees together. Bring the heels back, and now put the hands under the heels. They're vibrating. Put the hands under the heel, like that. See if you can press it back on the heel and lift a little. Lift it. Come on. That's it. Oh, go ahead. Lift it. That's aggressive sexually, is to bring your pelvis. That's good. That's good. Pain, yeah. Which is strong, the pain or the vibration, or both? Okay. That's good. Very good. If you can let your voice out like that, you cut the pain in half. Good. Can you force the knees together anymore? Go ahead. Okay, want to come up? Well, come out a moment, rest. We can go back. Go ahead. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, it is terrible. When you try to stretch out a contracted body, it's very painful for the person when he tries to stretch it out. But if you look at the breathing right here, you can see he's breathing deeper into his pelvis. Do you feel that? This therapy isn't going to become too popular, and when people hear all this painful screaming and all that. People would like to have a nice painless therapy that's quick and easy. I would like to too if I could find one. You want to try one more time, then we'll just quit. Try one more time? Yeah. Just little by little it stretches out and the pain goes out of the muscles. Now rock yourself a little this way. Look. Push. Yeah, rock it. No. Hold the hands here. See, rock it back and forth. Back and forth. Look, like this. Yeah, like that. See, stretch it. That's it. Go ahead. Rock it. Yeah, just open it up. Good. Now put the hands here, back more. Now put the heel back more. Go ahead, like that. Good. That's good. Yeah, and push down here a little more. That's enough. That's good. Hold it. Hold it. We're just going to see how much movement we can open up in that pelvic area. Good. Bring your knees together. Good.
Oh, it hurts so.
Huh?
Oh, it hurts so.
Yeah. Good. Where does it hurt? Well, now, where does it hurt you? in the body. Yeah. Quadriceps muscles, yeah. Yeah. It is strong, I know that. But you're strong too, and you've held very strongly. Having a strong body and being in that situation with his mother, he had to contain any sexual excitement because of the seduction and the closeness. And he did that by tightening these muscles to hold. And now that you try to release them isn't easy. You can kick out or do anything you want. Just release. Go ahead, kick if you want. Go on, kick away, faster. Go on, faster, let go. On. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, go on, kick it out. That's it. Hold on. That's it, good. And okay. Okay, that's good. So you can see some movement developing in the pelvis. Can you feel it? Huh? Yeah. And there are, to let this happen, you see, the body itself, if you surrender to it and breathe, will begin to discharge the tension because that's your body and you want to be free. So put your arms alongside of you now, put your head way back, and just move the knees apart. Go ahead. But push your ass this against the bed, hard. Now go apart with the knees. Go on. That's good. Now slowly together, slowly. That's slow. Good, move them, no, keep them still. Keep them moving, so right there. Keep them moving. What we're helping him feel is that he can let go of the unconscious holding in the legs, because he's not conscious. That's it, go ahead. Let him come closer. Let him come close. Yeah. And now you see the charge is going strongly into the legs without him doing anything, isn't it? This is very simple little, let him touch. Come on, let them touch each other, the knees. Let them touch. Good. But you know, now apart again slowly. That's it. It is good. He says it feels good. Well, if there wasn't a good feeling at the end of the pain, nobody would stay in therapy. I mean, they're not masochists, all of them. It's that at the end they feel so good. They're willing to go back and get a little more. Is that true? And it's true for me. That's it. Go ahead. That's it. That's it. Good. And now again, close. Easy. That's it. That's good. That's good. The vibrations are quite intense. They're not big, but they're... And then again apart a few times. That's it. Do wider. Come on. Good. Then them together, or let them come together. Easy. That's it. Now, you don't have to do anything, simply to give into the body. Hingaba, als corporal levens. That's it. Let it come apart again, and you just relax, and it doesn't. body will do it for you. I will put the arms down, Bernard, see, because then it lifts you a little too out of yourself. Go wider, come on. Wider, come on, come on. And then together again. Easy, easy. See, the muscles are beginning to let go somewhat. That's good. Go ahead. Part. Have you done this at home? Or, yeah. So he's familiar with. It's always stronger when you have a therapist or in a situation where there's a group. No. Now you can hold them just like that a bit, and they'll still vibrate. You've got enough charge in them. Okay, I'm going to stop there now because I want to work with a few others. Come up slowly. See where we put that microphone. Oh, there, yeah, we'll see. Do you want to just relax? Just say a little how you feel.
I feel very calm inside, and the pain is off. I don't feel the pain.
Bring this up and close.
I don't feel the pain in the back anymore, and I'm standing a little bit more safe, secure on the ground. When we started, I was very excited and nervous, and I have a light feeling in the legs, down here. It's wonderful.
Now, a psychoanalyst might say, what change has occurred, or what do you know? And because they're always trying to make it cerebral. The change is he's more in touch with himself and more alive. Okay? And if you know the difference between when you're alive and when you lose the aliveness, then you'll always move unconsciously, if you know the difference, you can feel the difference, you move always towards the better state of being more alive. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's see how someone else would react. Okay, what's your name? You can say that.
My name is Eva.
Have you done some body work or bioenergetics?
Yes, I have. I've worked with Anna Miller in different workshops.
In France?
Here, with different workshops. Here and with Anna Miller in New York.
In New York?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm doing exercises almost every morning.
Yeah. Well, then let me go right into the body itself and begin to first look at the body, then talk about the history. So let me ask you to take off a few things and then take off the glasses. Now, when you take off the glasses, you don't see as well, obviously, but I can see your eyes. I can see the feelings in them. When you have glasses, I can't see your eyes, and so I don't know fully what's going on with you. If you work with with the tensions in your body, and the body gets more alive, the eyes get better. They're part of you. If you're more alive, your eyes are more alive. You're more alive, you see better. Anna? You see? Eva? All right. Stay a little like that. And what do you know about the tensions in your body? How do you experience? Yeah.
Well, I have strong tensions here in my jaw and then in my neck.
Yeah.
And Miller told me I have the strongest tensions in the middle here. I don't know them.
Yeah.
About them I don't know about.
And the lower back?
Lower back, I used to have very strong tensions, but it's less now.
Right. And tell me a little what you're aware of in terms of your own connection to your sexuality.
Well, I would consider myself not to have a big problem with sexuality, but it changes very much. When I have a lot of work to do and I'm very absorbed, the splits you talked about before seems to get stronger and it seems to cut off the sexuality, and I feel I can't get in contact with my sexuality anymore. And then when things are getting better, or I'm on vacation, or it's summertime and everything loosens up, then I feel quite different. But I lose it every now and then it seems so very far away to get in touch with the sexual feelings that I feel I have to get used to them again.
And in sex, and when you're having relations with a man, do you enjoy it?
I enjoy it very much, but when I'm so tense and my head doesn't want to let go, and when I have a lot of work to do and everything, it seems like the energy, I take all the energy up in my head and I make a plan and I do everything like I plan to do, and there's no room for anything else and no room to let go or to feel let loose, and I take all the energy from the feeling for being effective or...
Yeah. Okay. What I would like to do is work with Eva and see if we can get that pelvis to move by itself. But we can always move this, you know. You can always do this. But when you move it, there's not much feeling. I mean, emotional feeling. You feel the movement. When it moves by itself, mamma mia, that's alive. Going on, we start a little bit of breathing. Let me get this deep in. I'll put it right here for a moment. And put a chair here. Just put your back on it, because you have worked with the stool. This is just to, so you get in the area here, so it opens your chest and you can breathe. That's the purpose of that stool and the position. You're right there. You're doing well. Sure. And here you see, you also can see the contraction right here. See? Now, it's a living contraction, so sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. When it's very much more, she's cut off from her sexuality. When it's less, she's connected to her sexuality, but still not fully open to it. As long as that contraction is there, she's not fully open to it. Get a good sigh and... Good, see, get the... Bring your feet closer, Eva. Bring them closer to each. Yeah, that like that. Bring your knees a little closer. That keeps it alive. There it goes. That's it. That's it, good. Well, it's nice to work with people whose bodies are charged and alive, because with a little breathing, things begin to happen. Sometimes you work with people who are really dead and nothing happens. I mean, therapeutically, or in... Good. Now, if she gives into the crying, it will go through here, because it's a belly crying. Hard to give in, yeah. It'll make a loud sound. Louder. Louder still. You can hear the child in that cry. That's good. Yeah, just breathe. That's it. Bring your knees together. Yeah. Oh, that's good. See? Yeah. Now we're getting in the... Can you feel your feet? Good. Press on your feet. That's it. Good. Just hold. Press down with the feet. Feel the floor. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Good. Yeah. Press on the feet, bring your knees together. Yeah, that's good. Now, my impression is that it's a little too heavy here. She can't get it up really and get it moving fully. Right? You feel that? You can sense it as if it doesn't come up spontaneously enough to move. That's bad. Good. Come on. Press on the feet strong. That's it. That's it. Good. You don't tighten the buttocks. You don't move your pelvis this way with a pushing. That's a negative aspect of sex. It's sex, but negative. It's fucking. You do something to the other person. You let it come up, move by itself from the ground, and then it's excitement and love. See, that's the big difference. Coming by itself. Very good, Eva. Very good. Bring your knees together. Yeah, not too much. That's it. Just keep it. See? Breathing's going through deeper. Want to come up and rest a bit? And you got the handles here to get a hold of. Good. And bend forward a moment. I'll give you a hand if you like. Yeah. That's good. Yes. And then I will ask her about her childhood background, and we'll see. But what I would suggest, like Bernard, she had it's a nice body, a healthy body, basically. She had, as a little child, she had a lot of support. We come into the Oedipal period where she had feelings for her father, problems arose. And we'll ask her about it. And if she wears glasses, it's an indication also that the sexual excitement has to be subdued somewhat, because there's a lot of sexual excitement when eyes meet. Here. Could you tell us a little about your childhood, parents?
It's interesting what you said about when eyes meet, because I always had a strong fear of looking in other people's eyes, and especially when I wear glasses. And through bioenergetics I found out that when I don't wear the glasses, people don't come so close to me, and then I don't see them so well, and then I can look in their eyes.
I know, but then you're further away.
I'm further away.
Yes, distance yourself. And the situation in your childhood?
I was the first child of my parents, and they are very different, and they didn't get along so well. And my mother took very good care for us children in terms of food and clothes, and make everything right and go to school on time and do everything very good. But she was emotionally, she's not so stable herself, and what she always needs attention, and she will not give up on that. And I was there to give her attention all the time, and as I see it now through therapy, when I needed something emotionally, not when she told me, you're not grateful because I give you everything, and I always was somehow uneasy, and I always felt cheated somehow, and I didn't know why, and I was told I shouldn't be because I get everything, but I never got anything emotionally for myself, attention and nurturing. And my father, he's a teacher, and he had a very severe accident when he was young. He had his skull broken twice, and so he was very irritable, and you never could say a wrong word, and I really didn't have any contact with him. And he also stopped functioning when I was about 12, and he wasn't really crazy, but he wasn't really normal either. He changed back and forth, and you always had to be careful not to say a wrong thing, and so I think I very inhibited all my feelings. And
no, but you didn't inhibit your feelings here to cut off saying things, because this has got nothing to do with saying. This has got to do with, put your hand in, feeling sexual. Now,
and I was afraid of him too, because he was, if you said the wrong thing or so, he got really wild, and this was very threatening for the family, and as a child I thought many times he'll kill the whole family, and I felt responsible to keep up this whole situation on my shoulders.
Now, how old were you when you were aware of this? 6 years earlier, later?
Well, of the difficult situation, or of what?
Well, in some sense you were aware of it early, but that your father could kill the family. You couldn't.
Well, as soon as I could think,
really?
4 or 3, and my mother sat there and crying, and I felt, I have to comfort her, and I couldn't, and I was.
Did you love your father?
Well, I always used to think he's neutral to me. He's, I don't know, I probably loved him, but I don't know about it.
Really? Amazing.
Because I was afraid of him, and I hated him for doing this to my mother, and then I had to give all this to my mother, and he didn't what he didn't, but maybe I loved him, but it was just too dangerous. I was more afraid of him.
Yeah, right. That's right. Do you ever remember being close to him physically?
I don't remember. There are photographs when he was reading a book to me when I was maybe 1.5 or 2. And from that I know that I must have had once in my life some contact with him, but ever since he was like living his own life in the family. He was also not interested, and I think I'm very hurt by that. He didn't care about the children, he didn't care about anything, he just lived his life, and he wasn't a father in the sense, maybe he was when I don't remember at the really early time. But no.
Of course, the therapeutic issue is whatever happened to you as a child, we see, how can you open up back, recover, your strong feelings? Because a child is born with very strong feelings for his parents, because they are its life, And some may, like Bernard, but even more so than he did, you held everything in and cut off a lot of feelings. So we could try to just do first an emotional exercise, then also a perhaps sexual exercise to open it up. But come on, let me move this a little straighter. Yeah, come with your head here, Eva. I'll hold this. Or the other way, it doesn't matter. This is good. Now bend your knees. And let yourself just breathe. And reach your 2 hands up like this. Reach them up. Well, now reach like this, see? Bend your elbow, open your mouth, put your head back, put your head way back. Open your mouth easy. We're not here to do easy. Soft. Just open. Look. Eva, just relax your jaw. Amazing, I say open the mouth. Goes like, that's it, yeah. So what Eva can't do is let herself get soft and tender. You realize that? Yeah. Now keep reaching. Hold your fingers real cold. See, watch all these signs. And what did you call your father when you were little? Did you call him Papa, Papi, or what do you call him? Oh, well, you don't remember, but every child calls their father. Did you? Pati? Try it. Let me see if you, right now, bend your elbows a little, open your fingers. See if you can't say that. Pati, and put some feeling in. It's very difficult, but the feeling is there.
Pati.
That's it.
Pati.
That's good. That's good. That's just let it. See what happens? That's good. Go on, Eva. That's it. Don't say it. The more you say it, the freer you'll be, because he was your father. He loved you too, even though he couldn't give into it fully. That's it. That's right. Good. She says it's something she has never done before. That's not true. She doesn't remember, but she hasn't done it for a long time. That's right. Is it painful to say it? A lot of sadness, isn't there? Now see if you can say it louder.
Pati.
Good. She's afraid to open that feeling up because it's associated with too much pain, a sense of loss, sadness. Okay?
Pati.
But if she lets those feelings come up and out, then she's more open herself.
Pati.
Good. Force it then, never.
Pati.
That's good.
Pati.
Louder even.
Pati.
And you can sense in the expression a little note of anger. Do you feel it a little? Such a mixture is right. It is such a mixture. Sure.
Pati. 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 I have to take a meaning away from the word. I have to understand it.
Just say that again. Just the way you said that.
I have to put away meaning from the word, so otherwise I couldn't stand it.
Too painful, right?
Yeah.
Pati. Pati.
Now, let's take the different word because that's a hard one, and we know she'll, right? Put the legs straight out, Eva. Start to kick up and down, strong, kick. Kick, and use the word bathroom. See how light... Now breathe, just breathe. And now, louder and see if you can bring it to a scream. Now breathe, keep kicking. and knock on mouth and scream. Bigger scream. Okay. So that's it. Just let it begin. Let me say this, that if Eva could scream, really scream, she would open up here, the scream would come out here, and she'd open up here, and the whole sexual issue would be resolved. She'd be able to give in, you know? But you gotta really scream.
Like high or
Oh, of course high, that's a scream. Ah, that's a scream.
I try.
Want to try again? Do you want to? Breathe a little first. It's on the third time when you do the kicking that you really scream your head off, as they say. When you scream your head off, the head goes out and the body comes alive. Because it's a tremendous amount of energy that goes through the body then. But now the pelvis is moving because you're putting a lot of charge into the body. Can you feel that, Eva? Does that feel good to you? Good. And I don't want to give you the impression that one scream or one thing like this is going to change her. But when you stay with it, work with it, each time that you open up your feelings a little stronger, you become stronger. Your pleasure increases, your body is freer, etc. So it's a steady progression. Anytime you're ready, Eva, you can start the kicking. Now she said before, and you heard it, I think, because she said if the feeling for a father gets too strong, she has to cut off the meaning because she can't stand it. When you feel you can't stand it, that's the point at which normally, if you're free, you scream. Then you can stand it because you discharge that intense excitation tied up with the feeling, so you can stand it. The feeling still remains, but it is discharged in terms of its intensity. Good. That's very good. So when patients tell you that, oh, they don't remember having any feeling for their father or their mother, see? First you must mistrust it because all children have feelings for their parents. They know, and they all have some loving, and there's also some negative feelings. And those feelings have to be brought out in therapy. And then slowly the child begins to identify with the fact they also had sexual feelings. The boy for his mother, like Bernard was saying, and you for your father. He's the first man in your life. As you become aware of yourself as a little girl, you look at your father. And if you're disappointed and hurt, and you can't stand the pain, then you cut off. Huh? Do you want to try the arch? Did you ever do that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. Since you never did that, so grab the two ankles, like that. Bring your knees together and your feet together. Feet closer. All right. That's good. Now grab the ankles. Now put the head back and swing it over. Head back, way back, way back. Good. Strong exercise. That's good. Bring your knees together now. That's good. Now put the hands under the heels a little. Good. That's good. This is a specifically sexually aggressive. That's good. Easy. Does it hurt here too? Sure. Yeah, hold the knees together. Yeah. See, how's to hold the charge in there? That's good. That's it. Good. Try to push down on the heels now and lift the pelvis a little. Bring your knees together. Come on. That's it. Now, that's it. Come on, bring me again. That's it, leave it. Stay with it till it vibrates. That's it. Knees together again. That's it. Good, that's good. Let it push it on. Knees together. That's it. That's good. Knees together. Yeah, just encouraging that you're aware of that. They tend to pull. When they pull apart, you pull the energy away from the midline. That's good. That's it. That's good. You're doing very well. You got some. That's it. Okay. Good. You see it beginning to move. That's good. That's good. That's it. Good, that's good. You can practice this at home, Eva, and we'll open it up for you. Homework, like they said, or we said in the panel. You do this exercise every day. You come in a few months and you've got a different body. You do it every day. Much trimmer, much more alive. Good. Good. The only problem is that sometimes the feelings get too strong and you can't handle them or can't stand them. Then you have to have a therapist help you a little. That's good. Okay, put your legs like that, but keep them and spread the feet a bit. Now, that's a little wide. All right, now let the arms go alongside of you and the head way back. Yeah, just... When we put the head back, it gives the body a chance to be the dominant aspect of the personality rather than the head. Now, move the knees together. Go ahead. And then apart. That's it. Just go apart. Go on, more. Keep it going. Go ahead. More. That's it. More. All right, and then together. Just easy. Just feel your own body. Good. See, and as in case of Bernard, the body's coming alive as we just let it go. And that feeling of the body vibrating by itself and just the feeling going through is very pleasurable. Do you feel that the way? going to stop with you records at a time. And come up slowly and sit face this way. Here, take the microphone too. I'm going to... Tell me how you feel. I'm talking to the mic, see? You can raise it a little too. Yeah, like that.
This was very good because finally I got a feeling for what it means to be able to take away all the thinking and doing from the body and just look what happens and just feel what happens and let the body be whatever it is. And
does it feel good that way?
Very much, but not so very familiar. And thinking wants to be everywhere and wants to do things, and it's really, you have to take it back and...
Yeah. Well, the best way to stop your mind from being hyperactive is to make your body more alive than your mind, or at least as alive. Then you stay in touch with the body and you don't get caught up in this whole thinking, right?
Right.
Yeah. But in the course of this, you also learn to reevaluate your life experience and understand what happened, like in relation to your father. Now, do you have any feeling now that you loved him?
I don't know.
Now,
it's not such an empty field anymore. Maybe I don't feel like I loved him, but
well, I
feel something.
Well, you cut off. See, what you did is you cut off your love for him and your sexual feeling for him, locked it up in this heavy body, you see? And it's unfortunate. You had to do it because you couldn't stand that there was no connection. But
right.
By the same token, you've handicapped yourself now. Because when you cut off the feeling for your father, to the same degree, maybe you cut off the feeling for all men.
Well, not really in one degree, because I always wanted to have boyfriends, so it probably was to, instead of having a father. But on the other hand, I couldn't let it go.
Even with a boyfriend?
Yes, I could to some degree, but now I just experienced I couldn't let it go totally, or only sometimes.
Yeah. So you have to stand a moment and just tell me how your body itself feels as you stand. Just feel it.
My knees are very soft. My legs are vibrating. My body feels more straightened up and lighter and not so pressed down by tensions.
Yes,
more upright.
That's right. Do you do any exercises at home?
Yes.
Some of these?
These, not so much.
Okay.
I have this feeling that I don't do the exercises which would be best for me.
Yeah.
But they're also uncomfortable, so they're the ones to avoid. But I do a lot of grounding and expression.
Easier ones. Yeah.
But I think it would be it's also when you do it in the morning, I'm a bit afraid of the dramatic impact because I have to function and I have to put the kids to school and do everything, so I'm a bit afraid to do things which could be emotionally more dramatic for me, so that's maybe why I avoid it.
Well, you find as you begin to do an exercise, especially like the kicking, that you can handle it very easy. You don't do any voice. When you do a kicking exercise at home, you don't do any screaming, no voices involved. we just do kicking, fast kicking, rhythmically, 200, 300 times, just to get the charge moving through the body.
That's what you said the day before yesterday, just kick and breathe, and then I thought, oh, it's an idea, it's not so dramatic, and I could still do something for myself.
That's right.
At least halfway.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. So, you see, an exercise or anything has to be appropriate for where you're at in the time and place. And that's the appropriate exercise to do in the morning, you know, not to get involved emotionally. But you know there's emotional aspects to it.
Mm-hmm,
okay. Thanks for coming up. Well, I have to compliment both of the people who came up. First, that they weren't too frightened, too ashamed, too embarrassed, and that they could begin to, and they've had some exposure, of course, but that they could begin to sense what's happening in their body and to let go to it, and to want to let go to it. Honestly, try one more for a few minutes. Who's the third person? I don't want to do 10 minutes. Who's the third person? No. All right, why not? Did you work with me?
Once in Greece.
Once in Greece. Okay. What's your name?
Tina.
Oh, now, Tina is Spanish, right? All right. Let's spend a few minutes. Take off a few things, Tina, and I'll point out some of the problems, and we'll just go through. So she's involved in bioenergetic analysis, and I'll put it here. Well, tell me a little what you're aware of in yourself in terms of some problems, you know?
For a long time, I didn't like this part of my body.
Up. Take a hold of it. You're up. Thanks.
I say that for a long time I didn't like this part of my body.
The lower part.
Yes.
Everybody has a problem with it.
And lately I'm aware, for 2 years or so I've had a very strong tension here, very painful. And now it has moved here, sometimes here, and here.
Yeah.
So, many tensions.
Yes. And then tell us a little about your childhood so that we can connect it to the tensions.
My father died 15 days before I was born, and I was taken to my grandparents, and I stayed there for 6 years with a lot of adults, my grandparents, my uncles, aunts, and I was the only child. And at 6 it was terrible because I was taken with my mother and her brother and his wife. So, and that it was a terrible loss, and a difficult period started. And then it was my uncle was demanding and shouting with me, do this, don't do that. And it was a Catholic family. My mother never married again. With a lot of messages, be decent.
What does it mean to be decent?
Don't show your legs, for example.
Your legs?
Be a good girl, otherwise you are a whore, so it's not possible.
Yeah. There may be an absolute dichotomy. If you have any sexual feelings or any expression, you're a whore, you're a bad girl.
Yes. I had a good feeling for my grandfather.
Yes.
I remember he hugged me sometimes in his knees.
Yeah.
And then I have come with a lot of anger towards my father because I idealized him a lot, and for a long time I've tended to idealize men.
Yes.
And In my sexual life, I don't have problems when I am sure that the man loves me.
Yeah.
But before, when I have to seduce, this is more difficult.
Well, it's impossible if you have to seduce them to love them.
Sorry?
I say, you say it's more difficult, right? Yeah. But it's because when you have to be seductive to have a relationship, you give up some of yourself. So it never works really well. Now, what I sense about you, I'll just go straight into it, is that the tension is in the expression of aggression. You know what I mean? But it's hard for you to be aggressive in a natural way.
Mainly it's hard for me to be angry with the man I love.
Okay.
Maybe lately I think I'm more in contact with my anger.
That's good, And the reason I make that remark is that there's a lot of tension in the jaw. And the jaw. And she holds the jaw back. See? So it's the opposite of push your jaw forward and show your teeth. Let me see. Oh. Now look at the different expression in the face. This is a sweet little girl who's going to do what is expected of her, and the other one? Why are you afraid of it? This one?
Yes. I'm afraid that then I won't be
loved.
Yeah. Yes.
But there are many men who like a woman when she's angry. They say, you look so beautiful when you're angry. She doesn't look so beautiful when she does that, but here, stick it out. Here, hold it. Now, if you don't let it stay out, you lose a part of yourself.
If I don't?
If you keep it like this, and you're a good little girl, then you are not true to yourself. So you have to learn to keep the jaw out. Now, let me say this about sexuality, because you're a therapist. See, the jaw is a structure that is hinged at the side and moves forward and back. The other structure that's hinged at the sides and moves forward and back is the pelvis. So whatever tension you see in a person's jaw, they have in the pelvis. It's got to be identical, because you're a balanced person. So as long as you keep that nice face, you have the same tension here, and you can't move your pelvis freely. So stick your jaw out, and see if you can say words that match this expression. Yeah, what would you say to me? Well, keep the microphone. You want to use your fist?
Maybe it would help me more.
All right, give me a wholeness. Go ahead. What would you say? Stick it out. Put your fist up. What would you say? Yeah. Put it out. Come on. Yeah. What would you say?
I feel the strength. of being in this place.
The jaw out.
But I'm scared.
What are you scared? Hold it then a minute. What are you scared of? Her hands are cold, right? Yeah. What are you afraid of? Good. Good. Now that's an angry expression, isn't it? So what would you say? You're not going to be punished. What would you say to me or anybody just to express the anger?
Go to hell.
Okay. Say it stronger.
What?
Say it stronger. Go. Say it stronger. Raise your teeth out. Go ahead.
Go to hell.
Teeth out. Go. Say it that way.
Go to hell.
That's better. Go ahead. Good. Teeth out. Again. Good. Again.
Merda.
What's merda? Bite?
Shit.
Shit isn't an expression that goes with the jaw. Expression that goes with the face.
No. It's the Catalan way of saying it. Go
Say
to
what?
hell in Catalan.
Really?
Yes?
Med? What's the word they use in Spanish, in Catalan?
Go to
No,
hell.
but they-
Vete a la merda.
Yeah.
Right?
Go to hell. All right, base a la merda.
Go away.
Go away, okay. Okay. All right. But you feel this tension here. And the issue is to understand it and find a way somehow to release it.
I feel a lot of strength here.
Yeah.
And
Can you just keep the microphone? Yeah, again.
and when I am in contact, sometimes I'm afraid it's too much.
Yeah.
This is my fear.
Yeah. That you're too strong for the man.
Maybe yes.
I would think so. Yeah, just a couple. Do you feel any angry feelings against men? Really angry sometimes?
Yes.
Good for you. See, now she's speaking without the little girl expression on her face. If you look at the people, they can see that. Say that again.
Yes.
See, she's lost the little girl expression she has when she smiles and brings the jaw back. You know? Now, let me just play around for a moment with this expression. And you know the jaw is to bite, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is to bite. Do it. Yeah, now hold it out. Now see if you can tell me what you would like to bite. Some people are smarter than you.
No, I'm too shy.
You can see the defense against that negative and angry feeling by saying, no, I'm going to be a good child. But you're not. How old are you, Fina?
42.
And
Too shy to speak here. There are too many people.
so they're all in the same boat we are. They're not different. Yeah, now what would you bite? Just imagine. What?
A man.
Good for you. And what would you bite?
Well, I would start with the ears and I would continue.
Okay. Good, hold it, you hold it. Let me say this, that for a woman, the vaginal orgasm depends on whether she can bite or not. Because you see, as we said, there's the harmony between the two parts. The labia minora, those are the inner lips, when a woman is excited, get charged with blood and become like the gums in a baby. A baby doesn't have teeth. The gums are hard, and when a baby bites a breast, for example, mother screams or could scream because it's painful. Well, when a woman has the power to bite on the penis with the labia minora, like that, then she can really suck it. And when she can suck it with that, the man loves it, of course. Don't try to think that he, but some men are frightened. They say, woman bites, you know. But anyway, when she can't, then the convulsion of sexuality comes through as orgasm. And when you can't bite, you can't have vaginal orgasm. Then you have to have a clitoral orgasm only. Do you have a vaginal orgasm?
Yes.
Good for you. Good for you. Okay? So you keep working on this. And don't be afraid to bite. Well, let me say thanks to you because you've been a very receptive audience and not too frightened of these strong emotions and not too embarrassed by the way we work so directly with sexuality. Let me say that to the degree that you can work into your body and allow it to come alive and allow your sexuality to come alive, you'll really feel some joy in your life. Thanks.